Hello, my fellow limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How you doing on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? Hope you're having a fabulous day like I am. I'm assuming you are, okay? Basic bitch time. How you doing if you're new here? I'm Kimberly, if you couldn't already figure that out. I'm obsessed with manifestation. I love talking about it, and I love helping people get their manifestations. So, if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. All of my coaching options are in the drop box below. They're in the screens that just went by. I have 2 channel memberships for your convenience, yes. One is called Exclusive Lives Coaching. I go live with them every single Tuesday at 9:30 p.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. Then there is the Hot Seat / Group Coaching. I go live with them every single Friday at 9 a.m.-ish Eastern Standard Time. If you join the Hot Seat group, you get access to both groups, okay? So you get a lot more of me, yeah? I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I have Clapper, and I do live streams over here. I do live streams on TikTok. I do live streams on Instagram, trying to help everybody get their shit. That's me. So if you're new here and if you've never hung out with me before, I would love it if you would subscribe and give this video a like just because of my sparkling freaking personality, if nothing else, okay? Let's jump into this. I don't know what I'm going to title this video today, but I want to talk about who you're being. I think some of you need a reminder about something. If you're sitting at home right now, worried about your manifestation, thinking that it's not going to happen, thinking like it's too hard, or if you're trying to manifest a specific person and you're thinking the current version of the specific person that you have sucks, and you're afraid you're never going to get with a better version, you're thinking you've got to create all this shit, you don't think you've got the strength to do it, well, guess what? Creation's finished. Creation is finished. Let's do some Neville Goddard time. I am God, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times, things that are not yet done. Isaiah 46:9, 10. Creation is finished. Creativeness is only a deeper receptiveness for the entire contents of all time and all space, while experienced in a time sequence, actually coexist in an infinite and eternal now. Eternal now. In other words, all that you ever have been or ever will be, in fact, all that mankind ever was or ever will be exists now. Exists now. This is what is meant by creation. And the statement that creation is finished means nothing is ever to be created. It is only to be manifested. What is called creativeness is only becoming aware of what already is. You simply become aware of increasing portions of that which already exists. The fact that you can never be anything that you are not already or experience anything not already existing explains the experience of having an acute feeling of having heard before what is being said, or having met before the person being met for the first time, or having seen before a place or thing being seen for the first time. The whole of creation exists in you. In you. And it is your destiny to become increasingly aware of its infinite wonders and to experience ever greater and grander portions of it. If creation is finished and all events are taking place now, the question that springs naturally to the mind is, what determines your time track? That is, what determines the events which you encounter? And the answer is your concept of yourself. Concepts determine the route that attention follows. Here is a good test to prove this fact. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled and observe the route that your attention follows. You will observe that as long as you remain faithful to your assumption, so long will your attention be confronted with images clearly related to that assumption. So that was nearly an entire chapter from The Power of Awareness. That was chapter 10 for what it's worth. It wasn't all of it. It was just about all of it. So let's kim that down. You're not creating shit. You're manifesting it. That means that wonderful version of your specific person, that loving version that's showing up for you, choosing you, loving on you, wanting to be with you, making you their number one priority. Yeah, you can have that because that version of that person is a real thing. He or she really exists. You might not be seeing that in your 3D, and that is because of who you are, your own concept of self. In other words, who you believe you are. In other words, your state. It's who you're being. Because of who you have been being, whatever that beingness was, talking to you, that is why you experienced the shittier version of your person. So does that mean you're a shitty person? That's why your person's a shitty person? There will be some of you who are extremely logical and you're going to think that thought. And that's probably why you haven't manifested that. And I say that with love because that's not what that message is. The message is if you have limiting beliefs within your concept of self, if you have limiting beliefs within who you are believing you are, who you are being, limiting beliefs like you're not good enough for love. Love will never last for you. That person's going to leave you. That person will never make you the number one priority. Something more important is in their life. You're not good enough for that. If you have beliefs like that, okay, the fears surrounding love and relationships. And if you think your person's an asshole, but you still want them, or you think that there's someone who's never going to settle down, those little beliefs I just called off, and there's other ones, though those are just a few. They are the reason why you're experiencing the shitty version of your specific person. But if you want to change that, you want to start experiencing the juiciness of your life, yeah? Because it all exists now, in this moment, okay? We're still kimming down here. Everything already exists. Your future already exists. The past still exists. All timelines, time tracks exist now. They exist right now. And guess where they are? Inside of you. Yes, they are. Do you know why? Because each and every one of us is at our core pure consciousness. That consciousness, our connection, the imagination, is God. Is God. You are God. I know some of you struggle to accept that, and that's okay. If you're someone who doesn't believe in God, you prefer universe, insert the word you do. I don't give a shit if you think it's moonbeams. To me, that doesn't matter, so long as you understand who you are. And if you sit around thinking you're not worthy and deserving of having the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship, that is the reason why you're experiencing a less quality version of your specific person. So I'm asking you today, who are you being? Who do you believe you are right now in this moment? I never thought I was much. I didn't. I never felt pretty enough. I never felt good enough. I never felt like I deserved love. I didn't think I was going to get it. And that explains 90% of the relationships I've had over the last 20 years. You know what I'm saying? But I changed it. I changed it. And I'm not better than you. I'm not smarter than you. I don't know more than you do. I don't have secret access to things that you don't have. No, we are the same consciousness. We are, you and I. We've got the same thing inside of us. And we're connected. We're all connected. As Neville was talking about, there are those moments where you think about something, like say you just met someone and you have that overwhelming feeling that you have met them before. Like you just know them. Or how about the moments where it feels like it's a full-on deja vu? Like I have driven past this place before. I've seen this place before. Or, you know, where you think something manifests into your world, something shows up in your world and you're like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I knew all along that was going to happen. It's not because, you know, we have some, I have to word this right. It's not that you're like, oh my God, I'm freaking psychic. I mean, you can believe that if you want. I don't care if you believe it like that. But the reason why you're able to be psychic, or anybody else is claiming to be psychic, it's because we're consciousness and everything already exists. Come on up. You want to say hi? Everybody's been missing you. So as Neville was saying, everything exists right now. Everything already exists. Everything already exists. I'm going to say it again. Everything already exists. The person you want to be with, that best version of that person exists. But now it's your turn to start being the version of yourself that can have that loving, fulfilling, committed relationship with your person. It's time for you to start being. Start being. Or like the post I put on my Instagram a couple of weeks ago. Just be. Just be. Be your best self. Be it now. Be the version of yourself right now that can trust and believe that manifestation is real. Be the version of yourself that can trust that manifestation is working for you. Be it now. Stop looking out at your 3D and deciding, well, it's not changing. It's not what I want yet. So I'm obviously still doing something wrong. No, stop that thinking. Be the version of you that has it. Decide right now as we're sitting here, yeah, I'm going to have that. It doesn't matter if you word it in future tense. It doesn't keep it in the future. That's a limiting belief. I'm going to have that. I know I am. I don't think that my world looks like it right now, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm just going to start living my life as the version of me that knows, confidently knows that I'm having it. I'm going to have that relationship. I'm going to have the best version of that person. Yes, I am, because I'm deciding to be that version of me who's having it. In that moment, do you understand that is planting you in the reality of you actually having it? It sounds so silly to verbalize that, but that's what's happening. You're quantum jumping your ass to that reality. You can't be stopped. No one can get in your way. No one can stop it. You're full power. That's who you are. You're full power. So use it wisely. Start deciding to be the version of you that has what you want. You manifesting money? Okay. Start living your life like you already have it. What I don't mean by that is you don't have to go out and buy a bunch of shit because you're being the version of yourself that has money. You don't have to do that. All right. You don't have to leave room in your closet for your specific person. You don't have to do physical 3D things. You don't. If you are doing them and they bring you joy and you like doing it and you think it helps you stay in a state, then keep fucking doing it. That's okay. But I'm saying you don't have to. I'm saying up here, you can be walking around day to day in your imagination, pretending, or it's no different than pretending. Pretending you're already that version of yourself. Pretending you already are the it girl. Decide it now. Be it. If you like to affirm who you are being. Affirm it. Things I like to say, I am finally now the version of myself who knows what it's like to be loved unconditionally. I'm her. I'm her now. I'm living that life. Oh my God, I did it. I did it. I got here. I finally manifested the fucking reality where I am getting everything I want. It's happening for me. It's happening. I can't believe it's here. It's really no different than like the telephone technique from Neville. It's really not. I like to call it like an affirmation hybrid inner conversation with my higher self. Who cares what we call it? Just do it. I walk around believing that I am already the version of myself having the things I'm manifesting. That's all I do. I be who I'm being. Doesn't mean I don't have a bad day. Doesn't mean I get kicked out of that state. I just crawl my way back. And by crawl, I word it like that because we're not forcing. We're not forcing our way there. But who are you being today? Who are you being? You want the best version of your specific person? Then ask yourself, why isn't it here yet? Why isn't it here yet? You'll get an answer, and it's going to have to do with who you're being. So who are you being today? Are you still choosing to be a limited version of yourself? Or are you finally opening your eyes and finally comprehending what it means to just be? Just be. I'm going to assume that you're figuring this shit out and you're choosing to be the best version of yourself right now. Okay? And on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.